over the 4th of July.
Wow.
I know. It was crazy. Wow. And it has been absolutely nuts lately. Absolutely bonkers with lost pets, and I don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite get it. It seemed for a while that it was going to be, it was calming down a little bit, and I was thinking that it was because more people were home with their pets and spending more time with them and, and walking them, and they just didn't seem to be, we didn't seem to have as many lost ones, but now again we do. But I did do the numbers just for the, right around the 4th, and even though it seemed really super busy on the 4th, we were right about at the same level as we were last year. Almost very consistent to the number that we had reported last year. Just interestingly enough, though, last year a lot of our reports came in overnight. This year they came in on the 5th, the day after. So not sure why that was.
Yeah.
But that it was almost the same number. And again, most of those dogs are back home. Not all of them, but most of them are back home.
Yeah. So, and I know we had mentioned our last talk was, talking about getting ready for the 4th of July, and that unfortunately it fell on a weekend this year, and it was the fireworks. There were so many of them that the pets were just, everybody was all over Facebook. It sounds like a war zone. I actually called the police. I didn't realize that stupid law had been signed 3 days earlier. So I was in the dark on that one. But the guy was so nice. He came to the house anyways just to let me know and whatever. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. Because I'm telling you, it was like all the neighbors behind us, it sounded like a war zone. There were the big giant booms, and then it sounded like gunshots. It was out of control, and that was how it was across at least our 2 counties that we deal with. Everyone was saying the same thing. People were saying they woke up and there was all the firecracker stuff on their roofs and stuff from the people throwing the bottle rockets. These poor animals, they were so frightened this year, just so frightened.
I'm a little bit concerned about because we had, they did several news stories on it. People spending thousands of dollars on fireworks. Just, it just blows my mind. I've never spent a penny on a fireworks, so just, somebody would spend thousands of dollars. And I think that there's leftovers, and that they'll be doing them this weekend as well. Because I'm sure that there were some people that didn't get to spend all their $1,000.
Yeah, last night, the guy behind us, or wherever it's coming from, it's so loud, it sounds like it's literally in my backyard. He let off one of those giant boom ones. My poor dog, oh my gosh.
Wow.
She was shaking so hard, and it's traumatic for these poor animals,
Yeah.
And so I guess we have to just keep reminding people that it's probably going to continue, like you said, because people bought so many of them.
Yep. I was just happy to see, when I was coming home today through town, we had a big gusty thunderstorm this afternoon, and the fireworks tents where they sold them, that finally blew down. They had taken everything out of it this week, but today it was just all blown down. I'm like, oh, good riddance to you.
I know. We were all praying for rain. We were praying for rain over the weekend, hoping that people wouldn't be able to do it, but no rain. So, boy, I don't know. But anyways, back to people and being kind. Bridget said it so well. Try to help your neighbor. If your mother needs an ID tag and she's afraid to get out of the house, go get it for her.
Right.
If your old neighbor next door needs something, help them. Help people. Don't be kind to people. Don't be mean. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would just, not only does it help the person, like you said before, it helps you. It helps you when you've done something kind. It just makes you feel better, and it relieves some of your stress too. So
yeah.
And I guess because we do, that's kind of our motto, and yours too. We just try every day to be kind to people. So when people, so I think it really just is like a slap in the face to us when we see how cruel people can be when we spend so much time just trying to be kind.
Right, right, and it sometimes becomes difficult. When you're just on all the time, and your goal and your mission is to help. You know, and then you get these people turn on you, and you're doing nothing but trying to help them. You know, whether it's the person that doesn't want direction or what it is, you're not going to tell me what to do. You know, and that's not what we're doing. We're not trying to force you, or we're not trying to, you know, you have to do whatever they think. This one mentality that you see over and over again is the one. It's like, you're not going to tell me what to do type of thing. I just don't get that. And I don't know. I always try to figure it out, but that one I can't. You know, I just can't figure that out.
Yeah.
Brother.
I agree.
Yeah.
So now we're getting. So we were having thunderstorms again today, and it's like it just seems to like just add on. You know, between the fireworks and then the thunderstorms, and then more fireworks and more thunderstorms. These poor animals, just super stressful.
I know, and I saw in the news that, you know, across the mid section of the country, it looked like there were some severe storms going through. So those people need to remember all the things we preach every time we talk about, you know, put the tags on at least. And if you don't have a tag, get a Sharpie and write your number on the dog's collar. Put something on your dog if it gets lost in a storm, so you can get it back and get it back fast, you know, because you don't want to try to figure out what shelter it might be in, because maybe the one near you is closed right now, you know, and you may never get your dog back. You may never get your pet back, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Kathy, would you like to just quickly tell everybody about your webpage and how they can, you know, read up on a lot of the different things on your blog, because you've got the most interesting stories and helpful tips out there that will help anybody with basically any topic.
Yeah, so we try to keep the website up to date. We try to keep new things posted on there. It's lostdogsofamerica.org. A lot of recovery tips is kind of what we focus on there. And then our Facebook page is Lost Dogs of America. And on there we try to post some reunion stories and some helpful tips and articles, and just share happy things and microchip miracles and all that sort of stuff, just to give people hope and give people ideas for when their pet is missing. They can maybe come there and, you know, at least get their hopes, you know, lift their spirits a little bit, and see how sometimes pets are, you know, do get home, you know, months and even years after they've gone missing. So absolutely,
yeah. And people need that. They need those stories of hope, and those are always our favorite ones, you know, to share with people. And everyone loves to read them. That's for sure. And watch the stories. People need the hope when they've lost their pet, because so many people give up, and we never want anybody to do that. Never give up.
Right.
Okay. So what else, Kathy, can we add to this little topic of rotten people?
We just don't want people to be rotten.
I know. Don't be mean.
Yeah, don't be mean. I do think, you know, that I do hope that Facebook is going to start to try to crack down on some of the really hateful stuff, because I think it's just rampant, you know. And you know, and they kind of say that they will. And I know I have put in complaints to Facebook before about stuff that I've seen that I really considered that was really hateful or hate speech or just really inappropriate. And, you know, most of the time nothing is ever done about it. But, you know, I just, they do seem to be saying now that they're going to crack down a little bit more. And then maybe that will temper it. You know, you didn't see this sort of thing on websites. I mean, I had a blog for years, and people could comment. But it was never nasty. It was kind of thoughtful, and I didn't always agree with all the people that commented, but it was thoughtful discussion, you know. And we just need to kind of get back to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I've been saying lately that, you know, if I didn't have to work on Facebook, I would not even be on it anymore, because there's so much anger and hate. You know, where people And it sucks you in sometimes. You know, the other day I got sucked in and I was arguing with somebody, and I try my best not to.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just too much, you know. I don't know.
Right. I agree. I have, I have unfollowed and hidden and more, in stuff lately on Facebook than I ever have. And I just really very seldom even look at the news feed. I just go to the pages that I have to work on and just try to kind of stay there.
Yeah. All right, Kathy. Well, thanks again for being with me, and you'll be back again next week to talk with us. And we're going to talk about, when you lost a pet, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and there's more things than just one thing to do when you lost a pet. So we're going to talk about that next week. So everybody, I want you to remember that a lost pet can't tell anyone where it lives, so please be sure they're microchipped and wearing their ID tags. And if it is chipped, be sure that microchip is registered and up to date. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, take care and keep your pets safe.